Fellow collectors, I believe we have a real sleeper hit on our hands here with this Wonderland trading card game. I just discovered this through Paradise Gaming YouTube channel. Paradise Gaming occasionally does these Kickstarter game overviews, summaries of recent Kickstarter projects, and he put out a recent video that showcased WONDRLND TCG. I'd never heard of this before. Apparently they're in their Kickstarter right now, which is really interesting. I feel like it's, for some reason, it's been under the radar. And I'm going to put a link to his video down in the description below, but I really like this game and I did back it. It's currently on Kickstarter, and I wanted to just run through with you what I like about this game, why it drew my eye. I'm going to just show you their website here, some of the cards, and then we're going to look at their Kickstarter page. But the first thing that I'm sure is already sticking out to you is look at the art on these cards. These look really incredible. To me, they really embrace this sort of flashy modern design very, very well. And the cards are really clean. I mean, look at this right here. And the game does not look overly complicated at all. I love how the art really, really takes up like maximum space on the card. I mean, every card has this kind of full art design, and look at the stats here. You know, you've got like this little meter underneath their name, and then you got attack, defense, and then an element. This is light, and that's it. And then the set number, and I think it just looks really nice. What really stands out to me too with these cards is look at the Wonderland emblem at the very top of the card here. That looks really cool. They've got this same emblem on all the cards. It's not distracting at all, but it does give it a kind of distinction that, you know, really makes it stand out as a Wonderland card, as well as this yellow and silver that you see throughout for the borders. I think they look just really great. And the anime kind of art, it's not like typical anime art. It looks really, really well done, very detailed, a lot of shading, shadows and colors, it looks like. The only way I can really describe it is like a realistic style kind of anime. I mean, I'm not an artist. I'm not exactly sure how to describe it, but it just looks really, really very detailed to me. This is an example of a spell card. You got like these creature full arts, these characters, and then these spell cards. And again, it doesn't look overly complex. There's not a lot of like resource, different kinds of management, or all kinds of different attributes. It just kind of is a spell, what kind of spell, and then what it does. So I, really like that. I always like kind of simpler games. And I mean, there's a lot of imagination with these characters. I mean, just look right here. They've got this girl riding a koi, this Dino Girl, this Ayana's Wisdom. And, I really appreciate, too, I'm just going to throw this out there real quick, when a game doesn't lean real heavy into fan service. I mean, I know a lot of people like their waifu cards and everything, but I really like this movement where we don't have a lot of really over sexualized, very sexualized characters. I don't think it's necessary. I feel like I've kind of outgrown some of that kind of thing. A lot of people who maybe grew up with TCGs in the 90s and 2000s are older, have maybe a family now, and they want more of a sort of a family friendly style where they can share their collections or play with their family, or and it's not like weird to have certain kinds of cards in there that you're going to come across. I think that's why people really like to go back to Pokemon and are interested in Lorcana now. It's all things that are kind of family friendly, and you can even have like cool female characters, and they don't have to be really super sexualized, and I think that's great, and I'm really happy to be seeing that. You see that with Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 1 is so different in that representation versus Mortal Kombat 9. Dead or Alive 6 did the same thing, advancing the series in that aspect, and I think it's great to see. I like seeing that in trading card games too, where we're seeing a little bit less of this fan service kind of thing. So the art on this looks really great, very imaginative characters, and I mean, like, look at the colors and the shading, and this really cool Wonderland border with the W at the top. I think they just look really great. They were very well designed, and they have a great cohesion to the art. Now, looking at their Kickstarter page here, this is describing a base set expansion. It's a little bit confusing. Paradise Gaming also was like, wait, is this an expansion? Is this a base set? It looks like maybe they had promo cards, and then they have these structure decks, and to me it sounds like they're calling it base set, but it's like also an expansion to expand the structure decks, or just expanding the game through this base set. I don't know, the terminology is a little bit confusing, but here you can see we've got 24,000 out of the 50,000 goal with 22 days to go. And I agree with Paradise Gaming. He seemed to suggest that this game seemed to be kind of under the radar. I had never even heard of this game until I saw his video on it. And then I went and saw their Instagram, and they have a few posts, and it looks like they just don't have a whole lot of marketing or maybe word spread around this game. But you can see on their Kickstarter page, they talk about what Wonderland is. You can read a little bit about the game, how they have a promo set, they have structure decks, and you can see galleries for the structure decks, for the expansion, for the promos up on their website as well. And there's a lot of good information on here. Looks like they have a YouTube as well. I need to go check that out. They talk a little bit about the game. And, you know, for me, I'm not really super interested in the gameplay as long as it works and there is a community around it. I think that's important. But for me, I'm mainly collecting it. Tell you how to read the cards. They've got a lot of information. I mean, you can just see I'm scrolling through a lot of stuff here. And this is what I really like, too, is here the collectability. So they do have different rarities, including some really, really hard chase cards. So they got ultra rares here, and then they have the secret rares, which have these silver accents rather than the standard yellow ones or the yellow or gold. And they also have a holographic texture, which is really, really cool. What? They also have, okay, whoops, I got ahead of myself there. We also have secret art rares. So you have the gold and then super secret rares. Okay, so you can go read all about those. And alternate art cards. All right, that's awesome. So yeah, it's so great to see a lot of chase to cards that are already really attractive, you know, artistically and design-wise. And just seeing that there are going to be some really nice cards in here that maybe, you know, are going to be hard to pull, maybe might be fun to grade. They've got stretch goals down here, all kinds of just really cool stuff. And then the tiers are pretty basic. They basically just give you additional booster boxes and promo packs as you go up in the tiers, and then they also have add-ons, so you can just kind of buy more booster boxes and promo packs. I would say I'm not blown away by the different products of the tiers. I kind of like something a little bit more creative. I liked what a core TCG did with their most recent Kickstarter, where you had to pick one character and you could only get booster boxes of that character variant. Here it's one of these Kickstarters where you're basically just signing up for how much product you want. But I think it's a great project. I am really interested in it. I am backing it. And, you know, I'm just really happy when I see a game that is able to do something different. Over here, you can see their Instagram. You know, go over there, check out some of the additional content they have here, showing off some cards in the game, some other things about the game. And that's it. Yeah, let me know what you all think about Wonderland down in the comments below, and I'll be seeing you in another video very soon. Thank you.